Welcome back to the show. Our next guest is a popular radio host here in Toronto and got engaged to her girlfriend back in May. Now, the happy couple posted their big moment to social media and share with the world, but then came the backlash. Take a look.
You know when an email starts with, "Hi Shannon, congratulations for your engagement, although I do have a comment that we are in for a wild ride. I listen to this radio station with my young children, ages 7 and 10, and although I am totally accepting of the non-heterosexual community, I feel that same-sex marriage and non-heterosexuality are mature themes and not appropriate to talk about on a daytime radio show that is meant for general audiences, because they are themes that as a parent, I don't want to have to explain to my young children before they are mature enough to learn about it at school versus hearing it first on the radio."
Okay, I have a lot to say, but anyway, we're going to welcome back to the show Virgin Radio host Shannon Burns. Thank you for being here.
Thank you, Shannon. Thanks for coming on, especially today, to talk about this. Can you take us back? What was your reaction when you first read that email?
Yeah, so I read that email and I was kind of in shock. I had a hard time continuing on with my radio show at that time because I'm used to getting comments from people online. I get a few DMs here and there, and I can brush that off because I know they're wrong. But there was something about this one in particular that just like I couldn't brush it off. It really stuck with me for days, and that's why I made that video, because I was like, I need to say something about this, because this woman obviously thinks that this is an okay thing to do, an okay thing to say, and she doesn't realize how hypocritical she's being in this email. You can't say that you're proud of somebody and that you're happy for them and you congratulate them, and then say that you're accepting of the non-heterosexual community, but then go on to tell me to be quiet when that's not something you would say to a straight couple that would get engaged, right?
Yeah.
So it's
exactly
ridiculous.
You share a lot about your life on the radio, and you mentioned you were shocked by this person's email, but I mean, you do share, and this is the thing that seemed to take them aback. So, you know, were you surprised that?
Yeah, I wasn't totally surprised. It is when you do put yourself out there in the way that I do online and through my radio show, you are gonna get that backlash, right? Like people love to express how they feel, especially online. So I always am kind of prepared for it. I also grew up in the church. So I grew up, when I first started coming out, was met with a lot of negativity. So that was a huge part of my coming out. And I think when I do see stuff like this, it kind of brings that back, right? So anytime that, even when I went to go post the video of my engagement, I kind of had that thought like, okay, I kind of have to be prepared, and you kind of put your guard up in situations like that. So it is unfortunate that it is kind of this thing that queer people do have to do. Like if I walk down the street holding my girlfriend, my now fiance's hand, it's something we almost have to make a political statement without even making one, right? We have to be prepared to defend ourselves at any point in time, so.
Also, I mean, I'm sure you just wanted to say, like, hot tip, like the age-appropriate conversation is you can love whoever you want to love, right? That's the age-appropriate conversation.
Exactly, it's very basic, it's not basic.
Do you feel, though, that there's a heightened sense of backlash this year in particular?
Yeah, there really is, and my queer friends and I, we've been talking about it so much lately because there has been this whole uptick in hate towards the LGBTQ plus community, and it's because there's been all of this new anti-LGBTQ plus legislation that's been introduced in the States. There's been hundreds of them that are introduced, more than there has been in the last 5 years, and we know that when things happen in politics in the States, that trickles over the border to Canada, and that's something that we're seeing, and all these people who are maybe more quiet about it before, they're starting to get a little more confident, and they're speaking out, and they're sending emails like this. So when they get loud, though, we're just gonna get louder.
As we're nearing the end of Pride Month, what allies do you stand who do you stand with in terms of allies and solidarity in the community all year long?
Yeah, I think sometimes people, like straight people, feel like they can't speak up for us, but that's exactly what we need. We are a minority, and we need the majority to stand with us. We need those numbers to stand by us in order to fight for this. Pride started as a protest, and what we're learning with this uptick in hate is that this is still a fight that we need to fight, and we need to speak out about things, and that's why I'm speaking out about it, and it's really important. So I think what we need allies to do is just support all year round. I see so many queer people I know always posting things and sharing things online, but if I can see like straight people, a straight man start to post more things, that holds a lot more weight. So
I love
that's
that.
exactly what
Great reminder, Shannon. It's a great reminder. And we proudly stand in support of the entire community here on this show. And congratulations once again to you and your fiance.
Thank you.
So excited for you. And you know, as they say, the only way to battle hate is with love. And so that is all that we send to you and to the entire community. Thank you, Shannon. Thank you.
Thanks for watching. We've got lots more discussion and debates on everything from food and fashion to pop culture and current events. Don't forget to click like and subscribe.